Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. Very pleased to welcome some Olympians to our studios this morning. They are members of Canada's 4x100 relay team, the track and field events at the London Olympic Games. Shagun Makinde is here along with Gavin Smelly and their coach Glenroy Gilbert. Gentlemen, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to get your take on the reception you got when you got home to Ottawa a couple of nights ago. How was it?
I was, again, I said it was extremely awesome. I never expected anything like that. I was expecting to just get on the taxi, head back home, just fall asleep.
But there's a huge crowd waiting for you, eh?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like Gavin said, no, I wasn't expecting anything. I was only expecting my family to be there.
Right.
And having everybody there and the music, and it was just really, I was at a loss for words. So
yeah, well, you know what that's all about. You've seen that sort of reception before, and it's well deserved.
Yes, definitely. These guys did an amazing job in London. I mean, it didn't obviously work out the way we expected it to, but certainly the turnout at the airport yesterday was amazing. I mean, a lot of people, there was a band. There was a band there playing. I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
You know, they played on cue, and they welcomed these Olympians back in an amazing way.
Yeah, and we saw that all over the country.
Yes.
And that's what we do here, and that's good to see. They say the Olympic Games is a series of highs and lows, and you guys had those highs and lows in the space of 20 minutes on Saturday. First of all, did you expect to be in the position you were in? Because all we heard about was you finished third in qualifying, or third quickest qualifying time. Is that something you expected, a position to be in on Saturday?
I would say yes. I think for the time of preparation that we had as a team going into the Olympics, we had the most amount of races. We competed against almost every team that was there, and various meets became different training camps throughout the whole entire year since November.
Right.
Just getting the team together, and over the past 4 years since Beijing, we were most prepared to go in. So going into the games, we expected a top 3 finish at least.
You did.
So
you did. Not ranked in the top 3 going in, but certainly kind of the underdog, the little sleeper team that kind of crept up on everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody expected us probably not to make finals and stuff, so we did it. Pretty much shocked the world of obviously making the finals and then just coming in the top 3. Just with the time we had a 38.05. Still ranked top 3 in the world. So.
As Coach Glenroy, do you try and keep these guys separate from the whole Jamaica, USA thing and just concentrate on their own team, their own time, their own work?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's really not about the other teams that are out there. We were preparing all along for a top 3 finish. The fact that Jamaica and the US are in the race, we know that they're going to be out there slugging it out. So it's up to us to make sure that we're in that fight as well. And these guys worked hard the entire year. But leading up to it, just as Shagun said, I mean, we started this process since following Beijing, and it takes time to get the athletes to believe and trust that they could be among the best in the world. And I think these guys really bought in. Certainly in the latter part of this year as we moved towards London, so they were more than ready for where they finished up.
And as we all know, any meet like this, any sort of event like this, it's a building process, right? You build up and you hope to peak at the proper time, which obviously you guys did. Let's get into the race itself. Obviously, you had the 3rd fastest qualifying time, and you're right there, and you finished 3rd in the race. At least you think so.
Yeah.
Tell me about the emotions you're feeling after the race, after you think you've got a bronze medal.
I wasn't on the track. I was a sub, so I was just waiting just in case anything happened to the 4 guys, to Gavin or Shay or Jared.
But you're sitting right there watching this whole thing unfold.
Yeah, we were watching, and for them to cross the line, obviously it was like I was crossing the line too. So elated, happy, jumping all over the place, really excited. And so obviously we're on that huge high because now we're back in the scene of track and field and relay running. We put Canada back on the map, which is our goal. And then to have it then taken away a couple minutes later, it was just unbelievable.
It was incredible to watch because I, like many Canadians across the country, were jumping up and down in the living room. So excited to see you guys do that, to pull off a bronze medal against a lot of odds. And then to have it ripped right from you is...
It was just devastating. again, we crossed that line. Everybody was cheering. There's so many Canada flags I saw appeared after we crossed that line, and it was just devastating just to see that DQ. You know, everybody just fell down in tears.
I think the biggest problem that we've seen here, Glenroy, is the fact that they were posted as finishing third, and it's not usually the case, right? Yeah. Usually all the judges, they check with them to make sure everything's a go before you see that flash up on the screen.
Right. Well, typically that's what happens. You get check marks around the track, the 3 zones, and you know, you get the flag, and then that's when the results come up. I mean, if there is a problem, they usually don't post the results at all until after they've reviewed it on the field, and then they'll post the DQ. But they posted their results, said they finished third. Of course, these guys are celebrating, they're excited, and then minutes later, you see the DQ show up, and that totally caught the athletes off guard. I mean, I was blown away. To say that like, I've seen a lot of different things in the sport of track and field.
Sure.
Something like that I have never seen.
Sure.
And the highs and lows that I as a coach went through for them it was tremendous. It was like nothing I've ever felt, and I felt very, very sad for them because of the amount of work that they've done, the commitment that they've given to the sport of track and field and relay running. So
for Jared Connaughton, it's the worst feeling because he knew, right? Yeah. And you could see him on television. You could see him pointing at him or putting his hand up, and he knew. But since that time, we've seen pictures of other athletes in the very same race who step on lines during the action. But is it one of those things you just have to take it because of the nature of the sport?
Yeah, I mean, simply if they call it on the track and they, I mean, yes, they're running through a 20-meter exchange zone. You're going to have a lot of that, 7 men or 8 lanes with a lot of very fast guys trying to squeeze themselves through.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It does happen, and the fact that we got called for it, the fact that we got called for it, we have to accept it. We have to accept the outcome, and we move forward from it and try to get better.
I think the good news here, is as disappointing as that is, and as heart-wrenching as that is, I can't imagine what it was like for you guys, because we here watching, we're devastated, that you guys had done so well and had it taken away. But I think that the good news is, and I'm sure, Glenroy, this is something you'll be talking about in the next 4 years, is the fact that you got to that position and you made that happen, and it was only stepping on a line that prevented you from achieving something. Is that what you guys will take from this?
Well, pretty much, something that we look at, and obviously it won't happen again. Something definitely like that would never happen again.
Yeah. And it's something so positive that you can take from this, despite the disappointing outcome. I think, Glenroy, it's something you're going to be working on, looking forward to Brazil.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the outpouring of support for these guys have been tremendous. They can't. I mean, it's almost like they did bring home the medal, because I think a lot of people saw them run and compete at that level, and they'll be back to do it again next year at the World Championships, and as we move towards Rio, we'll get better and better.
Yeah. I want to congratulate you, not only for the race you ran, but the way you handled yourselves after the fact. And I think the next time I speak to you guys, hopefully you'll be having some big Olympic medals dangling around your neck. So thanks for coming by, and congratulations.
Thank you so
and
much.
always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Members of the 4x100 Olympic team here joining us.